Yo guys, Crescent here. Welcome to another build video. Today I'll be showing you my latest Magicka Templar build. I'm gonna call this build Cheapskate because why it's Cheapskate? Because the item sets are really easy to get, really easy to obtain. It's craftable, some of the sets. Other sets are buyable and really cheap as well. And yeah, basically the whole setup is almost purchasable and it's pretty affordable as well. That's why it's really important. And this setup it really focuses on being defensive on the back bar, because we'll be using one of the debuff sets on the back bar, and on the front bar we have extremely high spell damage. So it's like when you go offensive, it's super offensive, and when you are defensive, you're super defensive on this build. Okay, and without any further ado, I'll just go through the sets because that's what you're here for. Okay, so the first set we'll be running is Julianus. We'll be running head, body, feet, legs, and one sword, one-handed sword on the front bar. That is a Julianus set. Everything impenetrable, everything heavy, and one sword sharpened. Okay, Julianus set is a really good set. It got buff because spell crit and max magicka got a small buff for the Horns of the Reach patch. So Julianus is best in slot obviously in PvE, and in PvP it's kinda getting better now. So I prefer to use it, and it's craftable. That's why it's so good. Okay, and the second set, which is the defensive set we'll be using on the back bar, is Wizard Repose. We'll be using the gloves. Obviously Wizard Repose is the light armor set, so we'll be using gloves and belt because both of them give the least amount of armor. Impenetrable as well, really important. And we'll be using only one ring of Wizard Repose and one sword and one shield on the back bar. The shield you could use sturdy or impenetrable, both are really good, really up to you. The sword, there are three traits that are really good. Infuse, defending, or powered. I wouldn't say which one is the best, but all three of them are extremely good. You could never go wrong with defending. Powered is good if you're running the group, you can do bigger heals to your friend. And infuse is really good, so you can increase the weapon damage enchantment. The 348 will get increased to close to 480 if I'm not mistaken, which is extremely powerful. Okay, and the third set we are running three sets actually in this build. The third set we'll be running is willpower, and you say, how do you fit in willpower? So we'll be running only 2 jewelry willpower, arcane obviously, and we'll be running one sword on the front bar. So on the front bar, it's gonna be like super strong, super powerful, because you get 189 spell damage from willpower. Wait, let me switch it. Actually, yeah, 189 spell damage from willpower and another 288 spell damage from Julianus. So on the front bar, you will hit extremely hard. And on the back bar, we'll be super defensive because we'll be running something like a Wizard Repose that reduces enemy damage by 15% for 15 seconds. 15 seconds, that's why this set is so good. If it's like a 8 seconds or 5 seconds, I wouldn't use this set at all. But it's 15 seconds, that's why it's really powerful. And one more One Piece item you'll be using is the Dorming House. Obviously, Dorming House is the best One Piece you can ever have so far in this game. You can run it on the head, you can just switch it around. Obviously you can craft Julianus as well, so it doesn't really matter. If you have the helm, just use the helm. You have the shoulder, like me, just use the shoulder. Obviously you want to run impenetrable, obviously, but I got the best trait ever, invigorating. So I just use it. Obviously you want to use heavy as well, so you have one heavy on the head, one heavy shoulder, one heavy body, one heavy feet, and one heavy legs. So you run 5 heavy and 2 light and 0 medium. Okay, we'll be running all tri-stat glyphs on everything. I didn't put tri-stat glyph on this Dorming House because it's a shitty trait, but I can change it. I can change the trait next patch, so I wouldn't be too concerned about it. I'll just keep it for now because, you know, I don't really like to do PvE and grinding all those stuff. Okay, besides that, on the weapon enchantment, it's really up to you. You could use shock or flame damage on the first sword, and on the back bar, I highly recommend use these glyphs that deals extra damage to Undead and Daedra, because they're nowadays, especially, I'm not sure about other server, but for EU PC, especially in CB campaign, there are a lot of vampires, sorcerers, Magicka DK, Templars like myself. They're all, even Stamina Nightblades, some of them are vampires, so I feel like it's extremely important to run this enchantment. On the back bar, obviously you want to run increased weapon and spell damage enchantment. This is a must-have. Okay, on the jewelry, I will be running 2 cost reduction and 1 Magicka recovery. Why I run so much into sustain is because we don't have any sustain sets on this build. That's why you have to go full sustain on your jewelry. There's one exception. If you are running like a high elf that you obtain 10% max Magicka recovery from your racial passive, you would want to run only 1 cost reduction and 2 Magicka recovery. That is one of the, yeah, I think only high elf, if I'm not mistaken, should run that. Any race that have max Magicka recovery bonuses, you should run 2 Magicka recovery and 1 cost reduction. Okay, I'll, like usual, for this setup, I won't be using any poisons. You can use them if you want, but I think that enchantment for this patch is just way too strong, so forget about poisons. Like usually, we'll be running tri-stat tri-stat potion, extremely important. You could run another potion which is immovable, crit, and Magicka, which is really powerful as well, especially when you're going into a engagement. You want to use those kind of potions so you don't get CC. And the food we'll be running is Witch Mother Proton Brew. Okay, I'll show you the raw stats now. This is the raw stats. We're using Astronaut Motherstone as well, and we are vampire. And extremely important, you need to be a ESO Plus member. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so this is the front bar. Magicka recovery is a bit low on the front bar, but the spell damage extremely high. It will go up to 3.4k. I will show you later, and spell crit will go up to 39%. On the back bar, the recovery is a bit higher, obviously, and yeah, it will go even close to 2.1k if you use a potion. Okay, now I will show you the full the buffed up stats. Basically, it's quite impressive. Okay, so let me just get a few guys here. Come on, and you come here. So I get 3 guys to hit me now. So I'll just let them hit me for a bit. I'll just buff up everything. Buffed up again. Okay, I do a light attack on the back bar now, and then I show the stats. You can see. Wait, did he not apply? Yeah, 3.4k, and the spell crit will go up to 39% if I use this. Yeah, it will go up to 39%. So if I use a potion, so I'll just show it again, sorry. Yeah, this is the full stats. Basically, let me just kill off these NPCs. I'm really thinking. Yeah, it's just a bit troublesome because I need to do light attack on the back bar to get a spell damage. So all in all, Magicka recovery on the back bar is 2.1k. You need to remember the spell damage on the front bar is going to be like 3.4k. Spell crit is going to be 39%, which is quite impressive if you ask me. Okay, yeah, what else? I'll just go through the skills now. Skills are more or less the same. Execute, Gap Close, Jabs, Purifying Light, Vampire's Bane, Dawnbreaker or Smiting, Extended Ritual, Channel Focus, Breath of Light, Degeneration, Mist Form, and Show Ultimate. There are a few options you can run. You could take away something like Execute. You could put Degeneration on your front bar so you get even higher damage, because you get more max Magicka and stuff like that. And on the back bar, you could use something like Sword and Board, Absorb Magic or Defensive Stem, really up to you. So you'll be super defensive on the back bar, and you'll be equally offensive on the front bar as well. So it's really up to you, but usually I'll run with Execute because I feel like the Execute is just too important. But it's up to you. And the ultimate you could use is Obviously you could use something like Soul Assault on the front bar instead of Dawnbreaker, but I feel like Dawnbreaker is a go-to for Magicka Templar because Magicka Templar lack a good stun, Dawnbreaker is a really good stun. Magicka Templar lacks something that deals instant damage. Dawnbreaker is an instant damage skill. Yes, it is a physical damage skill, so it doesn't really skill that well with your CP, but it skills up with your max stats, which is max Magicka and spell damage. That's why it's really powerful, because we have such high spell damage on this build. So I feel like Dawnbreaker is the go-to ultimate for me. On the back bar, obviously Shield ultimate is the best in my opinion. You could use something like Vampire Devouring Swarm, really powerful as well, but really up to you. Okay, I'll just go through the CP now. It's more or less the same. Warlord 56, Siphoner 11, Sprinter 2, 75 Arcanist, 20 Tumbling, 56 Shadow 1, 15 Blast, 40 Elf Born, 32 Elemental Expert, 20 Spell Erosion, 34 Master at Arms, 13 Shattering Blows, 66 Thermal Church, and 66 Ironclad, really important against gankers, especially hard hitting Night Blades, and just all in all direct damage skills like shards. Everything hit really hard this patch, so Ironclad is extremely important. Resistance 23, 18 Thick Skin, 49 Hardy, 43 Elemental Defender. You could put less into Thick Skin, but I don't recommend that because you can, of course, obviously you can cleanse a lot of dots, but AoE dots like something like a Bow Ultimate or Destroy Ultimate will hit you extremely hard if you don't have anything into Thick Skin. That's why I put 18 points into Thick Skin, just to prevent from getting bursted down by Flame Destroy Ultimate especially. Okay, 15 into Quick Recovery and 6 into Expert Defender. Yeah, so that's about it for this build. I think more or less I covered everything already. Yeah, like I mentioned, if you are not so experienced with Templar, just take off Wizard Repose, because you will be having trouble sustaining on this build if you're not disciplined with your what do you call that, channel focus. So I feel like just take out all the Wizard Repose stuff and just put in Leech just for more sustain. Okay, I think, yeah, I mentioned everything already. CP, yeah, I went through the food, everything else. Yeah, I think that's it for this build. Thanks for watching, guys. Like usual, make sure you subscribe, that is really important, and make sure you give this video a like, that will be super awesome as well. And I'll see you guys in Cyrodiil or in maybe Imperial City. Okay, bye bye.